to Superstitions, Traditions, and Definitions. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Carol.
And we are doing Am I the Asshole Historical Edition.
Woo-hoo.
Woo-woo.
I can't wait to hear this. You can't stop talking about it but not telling me anything.
I know, I'm so
You're
excited.
so excited. I don't even know what the hell we're doing. But go.
Am I the asshole?
Okay.
For trying to help men improve their virility with an unorthodox medical procedure.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Who is it? Guy or girl?
It is a man. His name is John Brinkley.
Okay.
He was an eclectic doctor.
Okay.
Which, similar to like an herbalist.
Okay.
So.
I think eclectic. I think, furniture that doesn't match but looks really cute.
Yeah, and he probably did that too.
I bet not. Not if he's worried about wieners. Just
maybe not.
Just
I don't know. Okay.
Okay. Let's hear it.
My first wife and I performed on a medical show circuit where I learned how eager the public was to ditch mainstream medicine for eclectic medicine. After performing and offering homebrewed tonics, I decided to settle in Chicago and enroll at Bennett Medical College.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it was expensive, along with everything else, and I couldn't pay the tuition. I ended up having to move around the country often to get away from various debt collectors.
Well, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was able to purchase a medical degree from a diploma mill.
Okay. Okay.
During this time, and I also worked with goats at a slaughterhouse. After
I assume that
it's
into
oh no. After my first wife left me, I married my second wife.
Well, sure.
Technically without legally divorcing the first.
Oh, so she left. She didn't die.
No, she left. She took the three girls.
So a little bit of bigamy there.
Yeah, well, she had a habit of doing that also.
So she would take off
a couple of times. He'd go to work or go to school and come home, and the wife and kids would be in another state.
And then he just married somebody else.
Yeah.
And then she came back.
And I think this was the third or fourth time, and then he was like, you know what? I ain't changing states again.
I need me a new missus.
Yep.
We're gonna do this.
Yeah. My luck was finally starting to change after a brief time in jail.
So was he reformed? Did the jail time do him good?
Well, okay,
or did it make him bitter and hard.
He was arrested for practicing medicine without a license.
But he bought one.
Yeah, they found out.
Oh, okay. That was just the diploma. Did they find out the diploma was fake?
Yes.
And that he didn't have a license at all?
Correct.
He didn't go to a license mill to get one of those like he did the diploma? Okay.
No.
All right.
No, he had the diploma. He never got the license, but he practiced as an undergrad.
Oh, okay.
So he had like a limited kind of license thing they did in the 20s. I don't know if they still do it now or not.
I would hope not.
But
and if they do, I hope they're upfront with you and like, hey, thanks for coming to my practice. I can't actually do anything, but let's give this a go.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I don't want that.
No.
No.
I was able to earn an official degree in 1917 from Eclectic Medical College of Kansas City and establish a family practice in Milford, Kansas.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Interesting. You've got lots of pages here, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
All of it was I couldn't condense any more than what I did.
Okay. Big story.
Yes.
Okay. We're still considering whether he's the asshole or not.
Right.
Okay.
Shortly after my arrival at Milford, the Spanish flu arrived also.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah.
Okay.
I provided care for patients suffering from the flu and was held in high regard for that care.
Okay.
But when an elderly farmer approached me about his virility, I knew I could really make my mark.
So helping with the flu wasn't enough. Blankets and tea and chicken noodle soup wasn't enough. He had to go further and make it all icky and gross, didn't he? Didn't he? Is that where we're going?
Okay, listen.
Is this going to turn my stomach? Cause
Possibly.
you and I are going to fight.
We might.
We might.
You might break up on me
Yeah,
again.
I might have to.
After this next sentence, you might break up
Jesus
on me
Christ. I don't even think I'm ready.
I implanted the testes of a goat into the man's scrotum. The farmer was thrilled.
She's laughing out here.
I know.
The gay lady is laughing. Because she doesn't have to deal with testes and scrotums and all that kind of shit.
Oh, it gets better.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay. Gets better, Trish.
Uh-huh. The farmer was thrilled with the results and news spread. My next patient to receive this surgery also brought his wife, who I implanted goat ovaries into, and within a year of the procedures, they welcomed their son, Billy.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh my God.
The procedures were performed several times with apparent success, garnering the attention of the owner of the Los Angeles Times and first radio station in Los Angeles, who invited me to California to perform the procedure on him. The success of the operation and improvements he wrote of often in the Times and praised on his radio station, generating a torrent of patients to my practice. So much so, I was able to build my own hospital and start my own radio station in Milford.
Are there enough goat nuts out there for such a thing?
Apparently,
Okay.
there were plenty, which quickly became the most popular American station.
Goat Nut USA.
My medical question box program, which aired twice every day, allowed my listeners to pose questions of sexuality and virility, which I answered on air.
Marvelous.
Prescribing medications on air and encouraging my listeners to self-diagnose and treat their own illnesses raised concerns with the mainstream medicine practitioners.
Well, thank God.
As my fame increased, so did the scrutiny. And in 1930, I was brought before the Kansas Medical Board on 11 charges.
Okay.
Despite some members being impressed with my skill, my medical license was revoked
Thank God.
in the state of Kansas.
Oh, just in Kansas?
Just in Kansas.
Should be worldwide. Goats everywhere. Nobody is safe. Hide your goats.
In September of that year. So in September of 1930, he lost his medical license in the state of Kansas.
So he had it for like 15 years, 14 years,
Yeah,
somewhere in there.
for a minute.
Get out of town. That's a lot of goat nutting.
I know it.
This is what you've been laughing about all morning, isn't it?
Yeah. In September of 1930, my radio license in the state of Kansas was revoked.
Yay!
I was viewed as a martyr by my fellow Kansans. And I ran as an independent for the governor's office.
Well, naturally. Why wouldn't you?
Narrowly losing the bid with solely write-in votes. Like, his name wasn't on the ballot. They wrote his name in. And not only that, but the politician council or whatever, I don't know what they call that, but they said you have to write his name J.R. Brinkley in order for it to be counted.
And they did it.
And it had to be spelled correctly and everything, and he still narrowly lost. He might have won if they would have counted the misspelled ones, probably.
Well, I mean, might have, yeah. All the farmers and their goat population. I mean, they probably made some dough off of the goat nut selling.
They probably did.
What the hell?
Okay, so
No.
I moved states a couple of times to continue my medical practice, but the assaults on my competency and character continued.
Thank goodness. Okay.
In 1938, in an attempt to save myself further headaches, I decided to sue my loudest naysayer for libel.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that ended disastrously. I lost and was legally branded a quack and charlatan.
Okay.
The malpractice suits that followed left me bankrupt by February of 1941. And in September of 1941, my wife...
Was her name Nellie? Not what they named goats? Billy's boy.
Her name was Millie.
So close. Yep. So close.
My wife, 6 associates, and I were charged with mail fraud. Due to
like mail, MAIL?
Yes.
Not MALE.
No.
For putting goat nuts where they don't go?
No.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's a legit question, is it not?
That was basically the only criminal charge.
Sticking goat nuts in places they don't belong.
The mail fraud from
MAIL fraud.
Advertising this as being such a success and a blah, blah, blah.
Oh.
So that's what the mail fraud
I see.
Was mailing flyers.
All of it's freaking fraud, if you ask me.
Right.
Ick.
Due to my poor health, my trial was postponed.
Of course.
I died in May of 1942.
Okay.
Before I could be held criminally responsible for my actions.
I hold him criminally responsible right here. Right here. Don't put goat nuts where they don't go. Yeah.
I mean, don't even get them. Don't even touch them.
No.
Let the goats keep their nuts.
Let the goats keep them nuts. They're my nuts, not your nuts. Don't give me your nuts. Your nuts apparently don't work. We're not going to trade. Don't start.
No, listen.
You're gonna say shit, and I'm gonna have to dispute it.
It's not disputable.
Oh, I bet it will be.
He wasn't the first person to do this.
I don't care. Still wrong and gross.
I mean, he might have been the first person to use goats. Working at the slaughterhouse, he realized that goats
were so super close to humans. Let's just slap them in there.
They were immune to human diseases, is why he chose goats.
Okay.
However, starting in like the 1700s until the 1920s, this was a fairly common eclectic medicine practice. With different animals, sometimes monkeys.
Well, of course. I mean, goats are more readily available out there in the population, I suppose.
I mean, especially in Kansas, Arkansas.
They're probably easier to catch than monkeys. Monkeys are fast. They can climb up trees and shit. And the goat's just going to stand there.
They aren't really wandering around.
No, goats are just going to stand there and probably spit at you.
Right.
That kind of thing.
And if it's a fainting goat, they're real easy to catch. You spook them and they fall over and you just grab them.
How about the screaming goats? If I'd have known this, I'd have brought the thing. I'd have brought our screaming goat button that Trish gave me. That would be funny. I love it when my kids around the house. It's just I hear it. I'm like, okay, where do you guys have that?
Maybe that's where they got it.
Well,
it was one of the goats that was mad at him.
No, that goat is probably screaming because he wants his goat nuts back.
He saw that guy coming. He's like, I know what you're gonna do.
Yeah. Put your little slicey thing away and leave me my balls. Don't. Yuck. You want to go out there and handle
People
that?
lined up for this.
They're stupid.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. What?
They were all sorts of excited.
Okay.
Baby Billy exists.
No, I think Baby Billy probably belonged to like the neighbor guy. Yeah, the mailman, MAIL man. He probably had to be an MALE as well in order to, knock up the chick with the goat ovaries. Don't give me this, no.
She had the goat ovaries.
No.
Her husband had the goat testicles.
So
and now Billy exists.
They had a baby goat. Is that what you're telling me?
And they named him Billy.
They must have they had a baby because it's not possible. They didn't have a baby goat, even though they had all the right components there. They did not have a baby goat. She was screwing the mailman, or the neighbor guy, or the guy down the road who had cows. She's probably sick of goats and listening about goats and how marvelous goats are. Let's get us some goat nuts. You know what? She went down there. The cow farmer. That's where she went.
She possibly did.
I bet she did. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you? You want to keep listening to the goat nut story? Is that why they call them gonads? Is it like close? Goat nuts. Gonads. Come on now. You're supposed to have the answers. Come on. Don't stutter.
He made a fortune.
Well, people are stupid. Of course he made a fortune.
Yeah. So his medical license, because it was an eclectic medical license, he was only licensed. He could only be licensed in 11 states.
So yeah, 39 states wanted nothing to do with his ass. Is that it?
Pretty much.
Did I do that right?
Well, I mean, technically there was
0,
only
1,
48 states
5.
at that time, but because we didn't have Alaska and Hawaii yet.
Okay,
But
you got to get real specific.
I know,
there,
I'm sorry.
don't you? As if Alaska and Hawaii would want part of that. You know what? The Alaskans and the Hawaiians would be like, get that shit out of here, man. We don't want you. We're virile men up here.
right.
Got the Samoans out there. They are knocking up their women. They don't need help. They don't need help from goat nuts. They are manly men. And the Alaskans, I mean, to survive up there in the cold, thick blood. You know, they got it going on. They don't need goat nuts. Are you serious? I can't believe you even presented this. You're just tickled with yourself, aren't you?
Yes.
And I'm over here with my stomach's turning and I need something stronger than coffee. What do you got to say for yourself?
Mail fraud.
Okay, back
Mail
to
fraud.
M-A-I-L.
M-A-I-L.
Mail fraud. The stuff
That
in
was the criminal charge.
So wrong.
Out of all of this nonsense.
I would have charged him with just being a gross son of a bitch and been done with it.
I don't
Like,
think
you know
that's
what?
illegal.
Well, I mean, when you put it into practice, here, let me cut your stuff open and we're going to stick these
You
in
have to
there.
keep in mind he wasn't the only one doing this.
I do not care. He's the one you've presented us with
He's
today.
the one.
No. Yuck. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Continue with the mail fraud. What do we got? Is it like Al Capone and the tax evasion
much.
kind of thing? They got him for what they could.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As
That's
long-
exactly why mail fraud was the charge.
Well,
Because
as long as they got him, because I mean, this is gross and ew. Oh, come on.
But now we have baby Billy out there
No,
somewhere.
we don't. No.
I mean, he's probably dead now, but but he existed for a minute.
Well, there you go.
Little baby Billy.
Bah. Look at you cracking yourself up. So gross. Billy. They named their freaking kid Billy.
There's speculation that whole story was made up.
I'm going to say probably so, yeah.
But
Look at our success. We have goat ovaries and goat nuts, and we have this perfect little
thanks
pink
to that,
baby.
a year later, baby Billy popped out.
Well, I don't think a goat gestation time is as long as a human. So maybe they could have popped out 3 or 4 kids a year.
They probably did.
You know what? That should have been in the flyer. More lies. More lies. Keep on a giggling over there.
The funny thing
I
is,
can't wait.
this man in California, he owned Los Angeles' very first radio station and the Los Angeles Times newspaper. His medical degree, he could not be licensed in the state of California.
Okay.
So this man, because he wanted this procedure so bad, used his influence to have the state of California issue a temporary medical license to Brinkley so he could do the surgery.
Naturally.
And then he was all kinds of excited about it, talked about it all over his radio station and his newspaper.
Look at my goat nuts.
Look
Look how perky they are. I'm so proud of them. Let me just rip my pants down and show them to you. Look at this.
Look at it.
I'm so proud.
It is Birdie.
So fuzzy. So stupid. I'm going to say he's the asshole.
You think he's the asshole?
I think so, just because he's gross. Don't tell me that's not against the law, because you know what? I'm the law. It's gross.
I mean, in the
It
20s,
is gross.
30s, 40s, it was not against the law. It was
It's gross.
done.
Who stood out there in the field and like, you know what? That goat's got a nice set of nuts.
I don't know about the goats.
I'm not done. I'd like to have me that set of nuts. Let me go find a doctor who's gonna like slap him in there. What on God's green earth? Are you kidding?
I mean, this practice of using animal transplant for virility and impotence started in France.
Well, okay.
It was
It's
a popular thing.
there's a lot of stammering going on there.
I mean,
oh my God. I didn't need to know any of this. Yes, he's the asshole because now I've learned this. I will never forget it. I'll be on my freaking deathbed thinking, That goat nut thing is still disgusting. And you'll be sitting there holding my hand going, I'm so sorry.
I'm not sorry at all.
I'm sorry that you're dying with this in your head.
I'm going to laugh.
No, I'm not. You're a terrible person. Oh my God. You know what? Just humor me. Just when I'm dying, just be like, I'm sorry, Carol.
I can't. I cannot tell you lies, especially when you're about to meet your maker.
And then I'm going to break up with you. We can't be friends anymore after I'm dead. I'll come back and haunt you and like, you can't throw me out in the yard because I'm not on your mantle.
I'm going to have a piece of you.
No, you won't.
Make those boys cremate you and give me parts so I can throw you out in the yard when I'm dead.
Here's a little baby jar just for Kristen.
That's right.
I'll make sure my kids know to not honor your wishes upon my death.
That's rude.
No, goat nut story. That's rude. Look what you did. Look what you did. I know you're proud of yourself.
I am. So proud of myself and not sorry at all.
You should be sorry. He's the asshole just for goat nut thief. I didn't even get it out. Gut thief. Goat nut thief. You know what?
He took their ovaries too, the girl goats.
I know, but it doesn't seem as prominent. I mean,
No.
It's still gross. I mean, on a woman level, leave her stuff. Come on, man.
I mean, he did.
No, he didn't.
He just added it in there.
He took it out and put it into some chick. So
I thought you were talking about the
I wasn't.
human woman. You were talking about the goat girl.
Billy's mom.
Billy's mom.
Suck it. I'm telling you, it was the cow farmer down the road.
It probably was.
I'm sure. Her husband's at home looking and admiring his new goat nuts, and she's like, I'll be right back.
This man walked into Brinkley's practice and was
I don't
like,
care.
"Listen, we need some babies.
And we need some goat nuts.
I would like to have some
they
goat
didn't
nuts."
do? They didn't get the turkey nuts and like fry those up. I know that's a thing. Yuck. I'm sorry.
Cow nuts too.
Yeah, no.
We eat those a lot around here.
Not this girl. You go eat you all the nuts you want.
I haven't. What do they call them? Calf fries? Is that what they call them?
Rocky Mountain oysters.
Rocky Mountain oysters.
No, gonna pass.
Yeah,
Gonna pass. I might be from farm country, but we're not stupid. I eat corn. Beef, pork. Iowa's big for it. And girls basketball. Go Caitlin.
Go Caitlin.
And girls. We love you all.
Go
Okay,
Hawks.
I'm following. I love you guys so much.
She does.
Look at everything you're doing for girls all the time. I can't shut up.
And I keep having to watch videos and stuff.
She does.
But it's okay. Because now while she's watching her basketball, she can think about goat nuts.
I'm not going to think about goat nuts. I'm going to think about the Iowa girls kicking some ass.
And then wonderful. The goat nuts.
No goat nuts. You can take your goat nuts. I'm going to, I know what to get you for your birthday now. You have a big plate of goat nuts. I might get you some goat
You're not
ovaries.
supposed to eat them.
Well, I don't care. Hang them around your neck for all I care. Whatever makes you happy. Hang them from your rearview mirror. I mean, come on.
I could probably do that.
You're so gross. Goat nuts. You couldn't have. I have sent you tons of information, and this is what you come up with. I didn't send you this. This is all you.
I know.
Stop it. I'm done with this.
Thankfully, I listened to a whole lot of history podcasts,
and you took up your time to listen about goat nuts.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
I might have listened to like some Civil War stuff.
Then whenever I start looking into it, because I'm like, there is an Am I the Asshole in there somewhere. I found this Brinkley guy.
You're the asshole. That's what it is. We've determined Kristen is the asshole. On
that has been determined a couple of times.
I'm calling it for today. You. My God in heaven. Okay. Look at you. You're so pleased with yourself.
I am.
I'm glad you give us stuff to laugh at because it's never dull. I haven't had a dull moment being your friend. Okay, anywho.
You see, you come up with amazing pretend stories that...
Look, I write books. That's
what
we
I know.
do.
That's what you make shit up.
But you know what I wouldn't make up? Goat nuts. I would never make that up. I'd be like, you know what? That's kind of gross over the line. Let's write something sexy over here and throw it in the book, and we'll just go to town.
And your characters didn't eat goat nuts.
No, I mean, even if they did, we wouldn't have got into that. That would have never
All right,
that would
fine.
have never crossed my damn mind.
I hope none of your characters are impotent.
Well, if they are, I can just write them to be unimpotent.
I'm pretty sure you'll need to write in some goat nuts in there somewhere to fix it.
I promise you.
All right, fine.
No.
Don't.
Never. Nope, we're gonna avoid the goat nut.
I want to know.
Oh no, you don't.
I want to know whenever this little farmer guy looks at his wife and says, "You know what? I want to have this procedure done." And she was like, "Okay, babe, go do you." And he's like, "Oh, and you." And she's like, "Oh, okay, I'll go too." Well,
we need the goat nut procedure. And the girl equivalent of the goat nuts.
And she was like, "All right, fine.
Why not? I was born with these. Like, who gives a shit? Let's get something better. Let's upgrade to furry goat nuts. We're out in the fields.
What was going through her head when she was like, "Oh, all right."
You know what should have been going through her head is she hasn't had enough to drink today.
Maybe
a little bit more.
That's probably how it started.
That
He
might be
bought
how
her
it
a couple
started.
of bottles of wine to have this conversation with her.
Maybe they were potato farmers too, and they just went out there and made them some vodka.
Perhaps.
Lots of stupid shit's
I'm
been done on
fairly
vodka.
certain that poor little farmer's wife with her little goat ovaries.
You know what?
There was alcohol involved to get her to agree to that.
We're just gonna say that they just weren't right.
But thank God it happened, and now baby Billy exists.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. It's a wives' tale. It's a bunch of shit. It's a lie. Big lie. I think you made all that up and threw it in here.
I didn't.
No, I think you did. You should be ashamed.
There is for real speculation that he made up the whole baby Billy story.
I'm certain of that.
But
goat nuts and goat ovaries, and they had a baby human. You know the math ain't there. You know it's not.
I mean, they still had their human stuff too.
Apparently not.
Squeeze the goat stuff.
He squeezed the goat nuts and just popped those right out of his hands. No. Stop. We've gone so far into ridiculousness. I don't even know where the hell we are anymore.
But I mean, we both agree that
he's the asshole.
He's the asshole,
and so are you.
And maybe I am too.
You are. No, maybe to it.
We'll let everybody else decide about me.
No, they know it's you. They're probably going to say it's me because I'm up here giving you a hard time about all the disgusting shit that you decided to bring up. And because I cuss and you don't. Look how perfect you are. You don't sit over here and cuss. You're such a lady.
That was my raisin.
Mine too.
Oh.
But, it didn't stick.
It stuck.
Pepper taught me how to cuss in 3rd grade, so here we are.
Yeah, I went to a Christian school.
Yeah, I've been by Christian schools.
I didn't really have anybody teaching me how to cuss at those, though.
You didn't go to school with Pepper?
I didn't. No, there was no Pepper.
No Pepper Kerr. She probably doesn't remember that, but I do. She lived just a couple houses from the school, so we would slip over there in the morning before school started, and she had her key because we were, latchkey kids. You bet. And we got ice cream before school. Do you want to go over to my house and get ice cream? Sure.
Of course.
We were not kidnapped, so that's thankful.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And then we went back to the playground and we had our ice cream and screwed everybody else. You know what we didn't have? Goat nuts.
Or ovaries.
None of those either. Because I'm just, no.
I love you.
You don't.
I love you.
You do not, liar.
I do.
Dirty liar. Shut up.
All right.
Okay.
So let us know what you guys think.
I'm sorry.
Is he the asshole? Am I the asshole? Who's the asshole in this story? I don't think it's me.
I think it's you.
Okay.
We're going to give you some credit there.
I like credit.
Yeah. You get it. All right.
All right. Tune in on...
Were they found guilty of the mail fraud? Did we ever hear? Did you look that far? Were you just mesmerized by goat nuts?
The wife and the 6 associates were.
Okay, but he wasn't?
He his
died.
trial was postponed because he was already in poor health, and then he died before.
So he took the easy way out. What did chicken shit? Face the music, dude. Did this?
He wasn't about
He
that
is the
life.
asshole. He died. Got out of it.
Yeah.
Horrible. Okay.
All right.
Are we done now?
Tune in Tune in on Tuesdays.
If you want to, unless we've ruined it for you and we're sorry. Come back. We'll try to have a good one.
You will. I promise next week. No, goat nuts will be mentioned.
No, because you've thoroughly ruined us on goat nuts. So it'll probably be, I don't know, something else. It's just
there are lots of animals out there with nuts.
Let's get into it. Let's just That'll be our. It won't be am I the asshole. It's like who's nuts? Who's nuts?
Who's nuts?
And we'll just we'll take a test at the end. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
All right. Thanks for joining us.
I'm sorry.
She's sorry. I'm
I
not.
am.
Come back.